Muslims around the world are currently participating in the fasting traditions during the month of Ramadan. During the fasting, they abstain from all food and drinks from dawn till sunset, as well as certain other activities. So with that said, I want to welcome you guys back to another episode of FTD Facts. My name is Leroy Kenton, and for this episode, I'm looking at 10 of some of the best foods to have during Ramadan from all around the world. And by the way, when I say best, I don't necessarily mean the healthiest. I'll probably do a video about the healthiest foods in another episode, but whatever. These foods are loved by Muslims all around the world, so let's just jump into it, and I'm warning you, you're gonna get hungry. So if you're a Muslim, do not be watching this video if you're currently in the hours where you fast. Alright, so starting at number 10, let's look at Ali. And this is an Egyptian dish. It's a soft and creamy dessert with chewy edges, as well as it has crunchy bits of pastry, and you can find nuts in it as well. The Egyptian people love eating this food during Ramadan. It's a traditional food that goes all the way back to the Ayyubid dynasty, and of course it's very affordable to make. Now it's made up of phyllo pastry, milk, double cream, nuts like I mentioned, and it's sometimes topped with powdered sugar. Sometimes people incorporate raisins in them, and also coconut flakes. So delicious. Number 9, we have chicken makhni, and this comes all the way from India. It's also known as butter chicken, one of my favorite foods in the world. It has a tomato-based sauce with a whole lot of butter in it. It adds to the flavor a lot. Now, if you keep the level of spice mild, I find that it tastes the best. You don't want to have this too spicy where it's like burning your tongue. You can serve butter chicken with naan as well as basmati rice. Either one of those foods are fabulous options, or you can just have the butter chicken itself. Like it's so good. Number 8, we have Ramadan Kebab. Now, Ramadan Kebab is a Turkish kebab recipe, and for this you're gonna need some meat with yogurt, tomato, and garlic, and all of that is stuffed with fresh mint or garnish on pita bread. Now, this is normally prepared with beef, however, sometimes other people use different meats. It all depends on your preference, and it's a very simple and easy dish that tastes so good. I've had this before. One of my Turkish friends went over to her place, her mom made some, and I'm like, bruh, where has this been all my life? Moving on to the food at number 7, we have Kotti F. Now, this is an Arab dessert, and it's usually eaten during the months of Ramadan in Saudi Arabia. Kotti F is a sweet dish, and it's often filled with akawi cheese, or sometimes people just use any other cheese depending on their taste buds. It's also filled with nuts, and some people like it fried, others like it baked. And then you pour some honey on it, some sweet syrup on it, or some powdered sugar. It's an amazing dessert to have during Ramadan. As you could probably tell, I love sweet foods. I was probably a little bit biased when I picked the foods to put in this episode. That's why I'm like, it's not the most healthy, but like, these foods are good. Crunchy sweet dumplings, or lokaimat, comes in at number 6, and you can find this in Turkey, Egypt, Greece, and even Cyprus, as well as some other countries as well. It's a popular dessert in Arab countries, and it's usually enjoyed after iftar. Iftar, by the way, is the time of the day when Muslims break their fast in the morning during the month of Ramadan. So what are these foods anyways? Well, lokaimats, they are sweet dumplings made of flour, yeast, saffron, as well as cardamom, and all of it is like whipped up in a soft and smooth batter and deep fried. Now, it's crunchy on the outside and soft on the inside. It's like heaven. Oh. But here's the thing though, since no sugar is added to the dumplings, they are actually dipped in honey, or some people use date syrup or any kind of syrup to make them a little bit more sweet. Very sweet. Sweetness. That's the theme of this video, sweetness. Alright guys, so we just looked at 5 mouth-watering foods to enjoy during the month of Ramadan. I got 5 more to go, but before we get into the last 5, this chair is like making so much sound. Be sure to leave a like on this video, especially if you're a Muslim who's fasting during this time. Definitely, I got a whole lot of respects for you guys. I work with some Muslims, and it's like they're committed to fasting, And it's not an easy thing. So anyone that can fast from dawn till sunset with no food, no drinks, mad respects to you. And I really mean that, by the way. Now, if it's your first time here at FTD Facts, be sure to hit that subscribe button and ring that bell to be notified of our daily episodes. Tune in every single day. It's a good way to spend your time in self-isolation. Number 5, we have Fasulo. Now, this is a Middle Eastern food, as well as you can find it in North Africa. And what it is it's a stew that's made all over the Middle East and North Africa, like I mentioned. But what they use in it is white kidney beans. You can also use lamb or beef, as well as tomato sauce. And then you serve it with white rice or with fresh bread, like hot out of the oven kind of bread. And by the way, if you didn't know, white kidney beans are called fasulia in the country of Libya. The food at number 4 is Afghani chicken karahi. Now, this is known for its mild, spicy, as well as just its delicious flavors. The Afghani chicken karahi is made using cream, eggs, lime juice, as well as it tastes even better when you serve it with spicy chutney. That's what they say anyways. I've never had this before, but let me know down below in the comment section if you've had that or if you've had any of these foods. There's no like flat way to make any of these foods. Obviously, you can add your own preferences and your own flavor to them. So yeah, let me know down below in the comment section if you've made any of these foods or at least had any of these foods and what kind of variations of the food did you have. Now, moving on to number 3, we have chorba. Now, this is one of the foods that are most commonly eating to break the fast, especially in the country of Morocco. And chorba, by the way, means soup in Arabic, apparently. Now, it can be made in various ways, although most of the time chorba is associated with Moroccan soup that's made from vegetables as well as chickpeas, and then lamb as well as some sort of pasta or grain is included in the meal. I know this one. Bamia is at number 2. I think I'm saying that right. Now, you can find this in the Middle East and various parts of Africa, and people eat this all throughout the year, but either way, bamia is probably one of the most famous foods to have in general, and also during the month of Ramadan. The meal is like a mixture of like tender mutton, as well as a rich mix of garlic and lemon and tomato and okra, all served with rice, and it's definitely a must-have during Ramadan. And finally, at number 1, I know I put this at number 1, but I can't even rank food from 10 to 1 because it's really all based on people's taste buds, and I haven't tried all of these foods. These are just some of the most popular ones that I found, as well as some of them I have tried, so I had to include them. But anyways, jalebi is at number 1, and it's a well-known Pakistani sweet food. Jalebis are cooked at bakeries, and you can find them at other shops, and they're regular for the people of Pakistan during certain events, as well as, of course, the month of Ramadan. And during the month of Ramadan, the demand for jalebi shoots through the roof. Everybody wants it. All right, guys, so that's all I have for this episode. Those were 10 of the best foods that you gotta have during the month of Ramadan. I hope I didn't make you too hungry, and like half of them were sweet foods. I know. I swear I have a sweet tooth. I'm trying to curb it during this self-isolation quarantine period. But that's just a side note. Anyways, guys, I hope you enjoyed this episode. Be sure again to leave your thoughts and comments down below about any of these foods or just your thoughts in general about this video and Ramadan fasting, all that good stuff. I want to know. Join in on the conversation down below. Now, before I head out of here, just a reminder, my social media links are below in the video description section, as well as I'll leave you with a recommended episode that's going to be at the end screen. So I'm going to get out of here. You can enjoy that one. Enjoy the month of Ramadan for all of you who are fasting. And again, you got mad respects from me. Keep it up.